Hey folks, walk with me. How do I know that the US isn't actually fixated on securing the nuclear family unit? The reason I'm bringing this up is because this is put out there a lot, right? Especially at election season, and politicians have to come out and talk about what's important to them, and somewhere along the line, with varying degrees of why, but somewhere along the line it comes about that it's important to take care of children, and it's important to make sure that families are able to stay together, and that we sort of put a lot of opportunity out there for the family unit to thrive, right? Thinking that not only is it good for the parents, the adults in the room, but also it's tremendously important and good for the children to have a strong family unit. How do I know that this is said but is not actually true? Remember, it's not just truths that are said, lies are spoken also. So just because you say something does not mean that you're being honest about it. There are a lot of reasons. I'll mention the ones that come to top of mind very quickly. One of those being that we don't make any, or at least not any meaningful law or regulation around parental leave, where both parents can still have a living wage and focus on spending time with their newborn baby, when there's incredibly important periods of not only change, right, especially for first-time parents, but certainly beyond just first-time parents, but the change is immense that's happening in the household. So not only to give the adults an opportunity to adjust to the change, understand what it's going to be, so on and so forth, but for the infant to feel that safety and security and attach to their parents, which is what you would want if you cared about the family unit. And if you sort of pedestalized it, or you said this is ultra important, so we're going to put things in place, we're going to incentivize this, you would put in place a way by which parents can be paid a living wage, that they don't have to immediately be in debt and struggling because they're taking time off of work to care for their newborn and to care for their partner, right? Who also needs a lot of support. If the politicians who proclaim this actually cared, and I honestly thought that it was one of the most important things that we could do for current and future generations, there would be a parental leave policy, it would be funded, it would be enshrined, and it would be afforded to Americans and their parents. This would go a long way to also helping preserve not just the bond of the children, but the bond of the parents, right? So similarly, proclaiming that, divorce shouldn't happen in broken homes and da-da-da-da-da. I'm not taking a position on it. I'm just saying, if that were actually important, this would be a clear-cut measure. There would be effort after effort after effort to make sure to get it done. You see things that are actually important because those are the things that get incessant sort of dogpiling. Is that the right word? It's definitely not the right term. But they attack dogs, basically. This is why I have the image of dogs in my head. Attack dog mentality to go after something over and over and over and over again until it gets done. That's what is important, right? And if this were really important, it would be done, it would be able to be funded because it would be prioritized. But because it's not a priority, but it's a nice talking point, that's all that it is. It's a talking point. It's a way that you're being lied, manipulated, or lied to, manipulated, gaslit, however you want to frame it. But I'll have a few of these coming out. I don't know if they'll all be this happy-go-lucky, but we'll see. All right, folks, well, if you walked with me this far or watched, I certainly appreciate it. And as always, I will see you in the next video.